Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is DeadCore. Like I said, this was made by a bunch of French dudes, starting in 2013 as an alpha and finally came out in November 2014 as a full game. They've had a lot of glitches, so we're going to try and stay away from those glitches in this run, obviously. And you're not going to be seeing a lot of going off the intended routes, but we're going to be mixing and matching a lot of the intended routes throughout this. So starting off with the first one, there isn't much, or first level, there isn't much skips. We're going to do one right here, where we go under this. I didn't make it. Did you?
I made it. It loses maybe like 4 seconds to miss, and you end up going the intended way.
And there's also one right after that that was recently discovered by me, where you use these jump pads, which are the fire things. So
I missed it first try.
I don't think I got it. Yeah, I didn't get it. So I'm just gonna go back up.
I made it second try. It lets me get up here and take this different route.
Yeah, so what Sam's gonna do is take the harder route. It's not exactly all that hard, but it saves about 12 seconds on average, as long as you don't die over there. The first part that we tried to do, like Sam said, if you don't do it correctly, you're gonna lose 4 seconds. But on average, it's very consistent. So that's really all about the first level. You're gonna see just about the same thing in the second level, but it's gonna really pick up in the third level when we get an ability. Yeah, hopefully Sam doesn't play level 4 twice again.
Yeah, that'd stink.
Yeah, we go by in-game time anyway, so even if the real time is like overwhelmingly off, we're still gonna be doing pretty good on that. But we'll have to add those 4 minutes in Sam.
Yep. I'm just finishing up the first level.
Yeah, so on the first level at the end, we don't take the intended route. Instead, we turn around and spam our space bar, try and get over to this area where we have to shoot the gate open. The gate, we wouldn't really need it, but what the gate does is open up the last part of the level, which allows us to leave.
So yeah, I'm doing level 2 right now. You can see at the start, even though we don't have any new power-ups, we're doing some weird stuff with the cycle on this. I messed it up there, but normally you can know where you're going to be in it to make this pretty consistent. I almost died there again. But because I got messed up, I don't know what spacing this jump pad was going to be at, but luckily it's where I needed it to be. From that point in the level, we don't really rely on any cycles anymore. So you have to be too consistent with how fast you play stuff.
Ah, oh, crap. That was bad.
Like we said, we're playing Glitchless category, obviously, at this marathon. The section I just played through, you're not going to see in any other category of the game. You can skip it with a glitch called a super jump. You can get extra height off all these jump pads we're going into. So I'm gonna
go for the harder route.
Do it. What I just grabbed there is called a spark, and there are 2 of them on each of the levels. And what they do is unlock parts of the game that you weren't able to access before. So I grabbed it, and all of this stuff became solid, and I was able to use it to make my way through. I'm gonna grab this checkpoint. Normally you'd skip that, but if I die here, I don't want to have to redo all the sections. I'm getting pretty close to the end of the second level. Just got a bit more jumping and a few more obstacles to get through.
I'm gonna save all that time on Storm.
It's probably true. I did a no reset today and my storm was really bad.
Oof.
So right at the end here, we're going to make sure to get enough height on that jump pad so we can go grab this upgrade. This is not actually a power-up, but it is an upgrade for a power-up we're going to get next level.
May I also add, when to get that power-up, there's also the trick that we used in the first level. So the thing with the jump pads is when you jump and you go on the top of it, it's going to give you the same amount of velocity going up. So you're going to get to the same spot as high as you were from the last time. So when we try and jump at the top of it, we get the maximum height from it.
So in level 3, I just picked up our next upgrade. It's a dash, and it's a really cool power. It's what's going to let us really go fast in this game. It allows us to kind of sequence break a bunch of these intended areas.
A lot we can go very, very early, like 20, 30 seconds.
So I'm moving towards these moving platforms, and I'm going to use it to get high enough to skip some of that section. And we're going to do the same thing right here. If you're not precise about those, the game is kind of weird and likes to clip you through walls. But we're careful to avoid that in this marathon.
I think I accidentally just did a curve boost.
I think I did earlier too.
Oh, dude, we're banned.
So banned.
I'm just gonna put out curve boost real quick. Curve boosts are no major glitches category. It's not that big of a deal unless you really try and skip a lot of the game with it. Didn't die.
I'm just finishing up level 3 here.
Yep, Tron. We're banned.
So level 4 is pretty tricky. I think it's definitely the most confusing level of the game when starting out.
Yeah.
I lost my boost, so I'm going to wait here.
You might see that you might just get dizzy, especially people that have never seen any gravity fields. You're kidding me.
So I just grabbed what's called the G mod. It lets me shoot these boxes to make purple fields, which change the way gravity is oriented. And this can make it really confusing to try to follow what's happening on this level. But the ultimate goal in this game, no matter what you're doing, is always to go up, and that's kind of what you want to remember in order to figure out what to do if you're trying to play through this game casually. What I'm going to do right here is a skip found by an OG glitchless runner called Azaraki. But it basically manipulates the velocity of the gravity to allow you to get higher than the level thinks you should be able to at that point. We're able to get up here. Oh, that's bad. I'll have to do it again here because I died. But it's a cool trick, so I'm fine showing off that again. I'm going to grab the checkpoint this time. So that cube is what killed me on the last time through that section. The cubes are kind of random. There's very little RNG in this game, but the cubes themselves kind of move on random paths. So they're one of the few things that can just mess you up.
Yeah, you're gonna see a pretty cool cube trick later.
On this level.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of RNG, but the only thing you really need is them to hit you.
There's some setup to try to get them in the right position above you, but you don't want to waste too much time either. So, the part I'm coming to right here is brand new in this route. We discovered this route 2 days ago. Normally we would just keep going through the level, but if you come back and grab this spark, we can't actually play through that stuff yet, but we are going to use it later in order to complete the level. So we're going to go up here
to SAAM for that.
As intended. Go to this jump pad. Now we're going to fly all the way over there. And that is the end of the stuff created by the spark, basically. So that's a pretty good skip. Probably saves around like 20 seconds on the route.
I'd say so. Maybe a little bit less.
Tough to tell sometimes.
Yeah. What you just saw me shoot was an orb. Orbs, you're gonna see a lot of them in the last level of the game, but what they're mainly used for is blast, which is gonna be seen.
I got
the cube.
Yeah, I just got the cube trick as well.
So what that cube, the cube one does is when you're going upwards, the velocity, it doesn't really change going upwards, but the direction changes, so it shoots you to the side. And since you're still going upward, it's just going to shoot you off to the side so that you don't have to really do anything.
This part of the game I'm playing through right now is pretty funny to watch people try to do. It seems like you have to go down the middle and dodge everything, but you really can just kind of scoot around the edge, and the cubes tend to avoid you. But like I said, with some of the RNG, sometimes cubes will mess with you.
Yeah, especially, that really sucks when you get that, because if you do get hit by one of them, then it might waste like 5 to 10 seconds, depending on that. But it's even worse when you get killed, because that's usually what happens.
Yeah, it's 5 to 10 seconds lost with like a good recovery after getting hit by one.
Yeah.
So I'm just finishing up the 4th level, going into the final level of the game.
So here we have a relatively new route. We go into this area where the gravity field pushes all the way down through a spark route, and we go all the way over here to get this new thing called blast. Now blast, kind of especially in NG+, but in NG, it's not really that big of a deal. All we're going to be really using it for is getting the orbs and slightly getting higher jumps. Now, slightly higher jumps, it's called rocket jumping, probably for a lot of games. Basically shoot the ground and jump at the same time. And we're going to go to this very difficult section called laser gates, or that's what I call them. You shoot these laser gates and you try and avoid checkpoints, and I died. I didn't want to be, I'm Waka, you know.
But we're avoiding the checkpoints because at the end here, I'm going to want to teleport all the way back, just like that.
Yeah.
But it makes it really risky, because you lose a lot of time on deaths there. But it's going to be the fastest way to do it. coming up where I am, we're going to do another little trick with the gravity field like we did in level 4. So I'm going to enter it, leave,
I don't know what did I
get
just
extra
do,
height. Oops. Second try. And we're going to end up here. Go over here, jump off this, fly all the way over there.
Now, part that SAAM's at is where most runs die for NWNM players, which is the no major glitches route. Because they have to do this thing called a super jump, and it's frame perfect, and it's a very difficult one.
So I'm at the final stage of the 5th level. Basically what we need to do is go around this platform and hit 3 orbs at the end of these levels. So we're going to be doing checkpoint skips on all of them in order to teleport back after we finish.
Banned. So I just got done with the first orb. Probably SAAM's on his 3rd orb already.
I am just finishing the 2nd one, assuming I don't die. We got it. Off to the final section of the game.
Yeah. So there's 3 orbs, and once you get the 3rd one, we can just exit the level at the middle. Now, if SAAM doesn't die, he'll just easily beat me, because the 3rd orb, it's very easy not to die on, but if you do die, it wastes like 50 seconds.
Huge time loss. So it can be kinda tense to do at the end of runs, even though it isn't the most difficult part of the level.
Yeah.
So that's the last orb. Now I'm going to the end of the level. And that's it for me. Time is going to be soon, right now. I finished with a 17:59. Which is a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Where are you in the level now?
I'm on 3rd orb. Somehow died. So, if you look at SAAM's screen, he'll probably be doing what's called a mega jump, which we have time for, barely.
We'll see if I get it.
Yeah, let's see if you get it first.
I didn't get a single mega jump in practice to try to do this. But, so it's basically a glitch where you try to input a frame-perfect super jump while you have downward velocity. And if I can get one, you'll see why they're super broken. The most popular category in the game is no wall clips, no mega jumps. You finish?
Yep, 18:51. Oh, that was time, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Well, cool. I think we'll wrap up the stream then, to let
Yeah.
the schedule try to write itself.
Yeah, thanks for No Glitches Allowed for allowing us to play.
Yeah, shout-outs to all the people that organized it. They did a lot of work getting the schedule to work for all these different runners, and good stuff to the people watching and donating. I'm gonna sign off now. Have a good night, everyone.